had an invitation from the government to attend it, but because my wish was attending, I couldn't come.
And Mr. Modi didn't meet the summit different
His Excellency though he is called as a Minister for Artificial Intelligence, I would call him Minister of Vision. My other colleagues and friends, good morning to all of you. It's a very important event today. We have signed just now an agreement to work together with the Ministry of Artificial Intelligence of UAE, Invest India here, to promote new ideas and to ensure that these ideas will finally help in improvement of governance as a whole. It is not surprising that such an agreement is signed between UAE and India, because we share a very unique relationship. It's historical, but it's contemporary. It's cultural, but also political. It's economic, but also social. And this is one relationship in which we can say that when you go to Dubai or Abu Dhabi or to other Emirates, it's difficult to say who is an Emirati and who is not. Anybody very proudly would claim that this is my country, though he may have been born in India, maybe carrying passport of India. And the same way, when we receive our friends from UAE here, we always feel very proud that our cousins have come back to meet us. And that's a very close relationship, and therefore it's not surprising that this agreement is signed between such two friends and such two societies and such two great countries. We very genuinely appreciate the great progress made by UAE. It has emerged as one of the topmost success stories of modern world. And one of the great things about it, and which I keep saying, that normally the conventional wisdom said that for development of a country, you need few things: natural resources, human capital, and then obviously you can leverage it with so many other things. But these are the basic necessary ingredients and the building block to make a society grow. But this conventional wisdom was challenged by Dubai. Dubai has virtually no natural resources. Leave apart natural resources, Dubai even doesn't have land. And much of Dubai, what we see today, is a reclaimed land. Dubai doesn't have people. The number of people in Dubai are very, very small in number. But this conventional wisdom was challenged by saying that we don't have people, we may not have land, but we have ideas. And that's why I was saying he's a minister of vision. If you have ideas, you can make everything possible. So UAE became home to people, They reclaimed land and created it. So this is the first of its unique example in the world that even without having anything you can grow as one of the greatest societies. Of course, other Emirates have oil, but UAE also has very small quantity of oil. Just imagine a great success story that UAE has been able to achieve something which many countries, having natural resources, having more people, may not have been able to achieve. And therefore, I really appreciate it, and the success of that goes to the leadership. The great His Highness Sheikh Mahmood and his father, who actually thought about it, and the great youngsters like His Excellency the Minister of Artificial Intelligence are now putting into reality. What drove this? The driver for this was policy. Policy attracted people, policy created this new island of success. But now we must realize the limitation of policy. The next wave of growth will not just come from policy, but will be driven by technology. And the technology is already there. It's not the first time that technology is being developed in the world. People feel that technology has been a recent, only after the first industrial revolution. That's a misconception. Technology has always been there. The sapiens, who are the original only human race now surviving, is sapiens. There are 5-6 other human beings who are living, but I think the human beings themselves were so clever that they eliminated them, and the only people who are living, the 7.3 billion people, are all sapiens. But even they use technology in a great manner. So now, that was one part of the technology revolution. But now what we are seeing today is a fundamental, structural sea change that is going to happen in the technology. But that technology, how will it influence the people, the market, is one part of it. But the second part of it, which we are now dealing with, is the influence of technology on the governments and the governors. And for that, again, I must congratulate you that you probably thought about it before many other countries. And therefore you keep organizing this event called Global Government Summits. And that is something which is actually a very prophetic thinking of how the changes are going to take in the world, where the governments will have to change themselves, and that change in the government and the governance will happen through technology. And therefore, we really appreciate it, and we like to collaborate with you. We in India, we like to set up a group of technologists who will probably be thrown open by this, someone who will give the prize. I hope someone as best mind as possible will win it. But technology is again of various kinds. And these technology applications will also happen in different ways. What we like to think about, can we use applied part of that technology, not the technology itself, because technology will have many applications. Blockchain technology will have even multifarious applications. Artificial intelligence can go into any area. But can we think about applied part of that technology in a convergence and a confluence manner? And to do that, we can think about, already decided that in India we will set up a group of both governments, some representative of those who know governance and those who know technology. Because the idea is to change the government and the governance itself in a manner that will be befitting to the requirement of today's society. And we'll do that. And I'm very happy to say that when I was having a chat with one of the most brilliant minds, and he agreed that we like to do it together. And this is not for only benefit of either India or UAE, but for global good. The outcome of this can be used by any government anywhere in the world for the betterment of society. Because the whole idea of government, as was evolved over a period of centuries, is that they must act as agent of society to do good for the society. But we have seen the limitation, and this is proved by science, that normally the human being's ability is to connect only with 150 people. You cannot do that. And that's what was known to our ancestors. That's why whenever you see even a tribe could be large, but a band was not more than 150 people. But you could not do more than that at a time. Of course, now the WhatsApp is changing it probably. You can have more number of groups of people. But a possibility of doing that. So what we need to do now is the government with growing population, with huge aspirations of the people, how can we relate to them to understand that what exactly they want, because we are agents of society. And if we cannot actually deliver that, then unnecessarily there is a frustration, even when the government must have done the best of the job. Because aspirations and ambitions of the people is completely different than what can be delivered to them. And therefore we need to do that, and particularly in the era of social media, where people do instant changes. I was very happy to learn about your new initiative of happiness index that you want to develop. I will tell you something, and your colleague was telling me a story about one of the happiness story. I will give something very interesting. I was a minister of railways till recently, and the railways, we handled last year 8.1 billion passengers a year, more than the global population. And therefore, everybody, their expectation, their aspirations will be reflected in terms of the complaint that they lodge. We never had a system of complaints being addressed other than by you write it somewhere and then it will be taken note of. I think the system in which you can use social media and instantaneously will address the complaint while you are still traveling on the plane. And you gave me a story of a person whose car was broken and therefore the happiness officer gave his own car. I'll use some 2 or 3 instances just to illustrate a point how we can work together. One lady was traveling and she was harassed. She was a pregnant lady with a husband by some people. Next station we got them arrested and they got him. So this is the happiness that they enjoyed. One person who suffered heart attack while on the train. On the next station, there was a doctor, ambulance with emergency system present, and he was admitted to the nearest hospital. And from ICU he tweeted that my life was saved by the railway. A lady, a young mother, because of the rains, she was stranded, and we delivered a hot pig on a seat when the train was still stranded. And I can give hundreds of such stories which actually are real life stories. Why? Because we realize that aspirations of people cannot be just made by just somebody coming and writing a complaint which will never be there. Rather than that, we do it on an instant basis, and in any case, as we said, justice has to be done on time. Justice delayed is justice denied. So same way the complaint is not done on time, what is the use of that? So we can think about these ideas and work together in line with your happiness idea. Keeping our customers, our citizens, our passengers happy is a motto that we must have, rather than just providing them travel service. I think that is what is the delivery of service applications will come in, and how can we use technologies for that. So let us work together. I once again thank you for giving us this opportunity of working with you. And as I said, we have such a long-standing relationship which is historical, but now with this agreement signed today, we are making it futuristic. Therefore, we really like to work with you. Looking forward to more opportunities. Of course, anyone you ask in India will be very happy to come to your country anytime. And therefore, we work together and make sure that we develop a better world together. And through the changing the governments and the governance while making that happen. As you know, when our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji visited Dubai for this important event, he made some very far-reaching and landmark ideas which should be implemented. I think we will definitely make sure these ideas will be put into motion and into reality in collaboration with you. So thank you very much. Really looking forward to working with all of you. That's it.